This is the second generation Apple Pencil. And the Apple Pencil in general, it's not cheap, as it does have a retail price for around $130, but since it has been available in the market for quite some time now, sometimes I see this thing fluctuate between $100 to $130. And I've used a lot of Stylus in the past, like the Adana Note Plus, super popular alternative as well because it actually has physical buttons in the front. The Apple Pencil actually has something very similar to this, but I'll talk more about that in a little bit. But this allows you to undo, redo, or erase, which is very similar to undo. But the only con to this, it's only supported on its subscription apps. So in other words, you're gonna end up paying as much as the Apple Pencil or some if you actually go with the alternative option, unless you just want to stick with the standard stylus. Then you got these other stylus on Amazon as well. These fluctuate anywhere around $20 to get the job done when in terms of just note taking, signing legal documents on the iPad, or just taking notes. And some of these actually do utilize the iPad OS shortcuts. But the Apple Pencil, it's a whole different, it's literally a different beast, to be honest. Like, back to those sensors I was talking about. There actually is intelligently engineered hardware in here, impressive hardware I should say, which you can actually simply tap and it'll bring up different menus. And these different menus are fully customizable, especially if you are on iPad OS 16. Right now this is the developer beta, but in the near future, hopefully around this fall, iPad OS 16 is coming out, and you should also have access to this. But you take advantage of additional features that are coming out. And a disappointing thing about this Logitech one is this is actually one of the few stylus that actually does support firmware updates for future improvements and features. Unfortunately, last time Logitech updated their own pen was back in 2018. That is unacceptable. So this tells us that they could have integrated some of these very similar features that the second generation Apple Pencil 2 has at a much affordable, obtainable cost. But no, Logitech didn't do this. So inside the Apple Pencil, here's a little cool extra I managed to find online. You can definitely tell a lot of hours of engineering was involved into produce this thing that actually does support tilt. Also has pressure points, which these third-party ones do not have, unless you subscribe to some BS subscription, which once again is a massive ripoff because you're just gonna end up spending more than what the Apple Pencil itself is worth. So you'd think you may be saving for those features, in actuality you'll be spending more. And then it just doesn't end there. Support for the Apple Pencil is scattered across the entire Apple App Store, such as Procreate, and for general note-taking, GoodNotes. It's one of my personal favorite note-taking apps. But the cool thing about their app is, once more, they actually take advantage of the Apple Pencil 2 and even the first generation Apple Pencil, but we're not talking about the first gen. We're primarily focusing on what's the latest, and the Apple Pencil 2 is the latest Apple Pencil available in the market. Because in even just standard notes like note-taking apps like GoodNotes, this does take advantage of the shadow, the pressure points, the tilt, all of that. So you can really highlight your notes efficiently. So if you have to actually bold something out manually by making a bunch of circles, yeah, it will definitely get your attention. And if you're concerned about battery life, don't be. Compared to these third-party ones, aside from this one can actually achieve 20 hours of productivity usage. The Apple Pencil can last up to 12 hours. So you can use this thing for drawing for 12 hours straight if you need to. And I know for a fact we're gonna take breaks. Nobody's gonna be actually writing for 12 hours straight or drawing for 12. Well, maybe the drawing part I could see, but as soon as you take like a couple minutes, like a 5-minute break or something like that, once you rest on top magnetically, when it attaches on your iPad, it's already charging back up. And since the internal battery is so small, a 30-minute charge allows this Apple Pencil to have an additional hour and a half of usage. So in other words, a 5-minute charge could allow this pencil to continue running for another 15 to like 20 minutes. I'm not a math genius, by the way, I'm just estimating. Now in terms of features, hidden features, and some cool tips and tricks I have learned after using the stylus on my iPad Pro, my iPad Mini. So Of course, in terms of features, you have all the standard things like palm rejection, the unique flat edge right here. Not only does it allow it to magnetically attach to your iPad to easily charge and rest, but when you place it on a flat surface, it's not going to roll away as well. And if you break the tip, don't worry, it's replaceable. And this being an Apple product, of course, there's a bunch of support for third-party accessories as well. Like these guys, they make great silicone tips for the Apple Pencil 2 and for the first generation. This reduces like any noise and actually gives you additional precision because this actually has like a nice silicone texture to it. So it's a good upgrade from the standard one. I have a link to this accessory in the video description, of course. But if you actually go into the iPad settings to pair the iPad Pencil with the Apple Pencil, I should say, go into the Apple Pencil section. Here, not only can you monitor the battery life percentage, but also will give you additional abilities you could change and adjust on the Apple Pencil. So for the double tap feature, I have it so that I can switch between the current tool and the eraser. So if I need to erase something on the go, I could easily do so. Or I could switch between current tool and last used tool in general. You can also select show color palettes. So now you have this little color palette that pops up. You have the freedom to literally select to like these pre-made colors as well as every color available in the world. Then if you go back, you can select show ink attributes or just have it turned off completely. You can easily do so. And then underneath here, a cool thing I like to also highlight is the English scribble. Uses Apple Pencil to handwrite in any text and it will convert it into type. With this mode enabled, whenever you try it, they even give you an example right here. This will actually allow you to actually use the Apple Pencil as your keyboard as you're like searching through Google and stuff like that. It's really unique and pretty cool. And then there's pretty cool shortcuts like a left corner swipe up will allow you to take a screenshot and right corner swipe will allow you to quickly have access to quick notes. So if you select them, you only have those two options. So by doing this actually will quickly just take a screenshot and yeah, as well as take notes. So yeah, for just general use, the Apple Pencil is not your standard stylus. It has a lot of cool features that I'm pretty sure any tech enthusiast will definitely appreciate to have, especially when the price is not too far off compared to these other competitors. This one, for instance, this costs about $80, and for I don't know, $40 more, you can always just get the Apple Pencil, or just be patient and just wait for Black Friday or something. You will find the Apple Pencil on sale for $99 eventually. Or you can just buy it used on eBay. Literally, the only thing you gotta replace is just the front tip if it's damaged. And if you're a digital artist, the Apple Pencil is the only one that actually does have pressure points. So that is a key selling point for anybody dealing in the digital arts industry. All in all, there we have it. The decision making is on your hands. But that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry if this felt like a rushed video. I have a lot of things going on in my life right now that needs my attention, but at the same time, I just enjoy making informative videos. So I'm still gonna continue to make my YouTube videos like I typically would, just to help anybody out there who's in the market or having issues on debating between getting a certain product because of this. So I'm giving you my reasons why you should get it and things to think about, why some of these alternatives might be a better option, especially if you're just using it for like note-taking or signing legal documents. These will be perfectly fine, but this will definitely take advantage of your iPad capabilities. So link to the stylus and the other accessories featured in today's video will be all linked in the video description down below. Aside from that, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to watch these two other videos, as this one covers a lot of accessories I have on my iPad Pro, and this one is a video that YouTube's recommending specifically for you. Thanks so much for watching, take care, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. See ya.